Suppose your boss asks you to summarize a sales pattern about fish and chips across multiple restaurants in different cities. Your initial proposal was rejected due to the messy and the cluttered chart you created. Since your boss is a more traditional approach person, he wants a design that naturally comes with raw information while still keep essential elements for him to quickly grasp the overall and per restaurant patterns. He also like to know if each restaurant met its daily target sales figure and information about those targets by weekday. This task can be very simple, but wrong tools can overwhelm it. So in today's video, we're gonna learn how to transform those information from this to impress your boss within minutes. Our key tool will be the Sparkline feature in Excel, especially the line and win-loss Sparkline types. Let's dive right in. Now let's look at our raw information. The column A is the location of our restaurant. The row 2 is the weekday name from Monday to Sunday. And in between are our sales figures. So basically, we're just gonna create a sparkline for each of the cells in the column I. So for each, for example, I3 will be representing the sales sparkline from Monday to Sunday for Chicago restaurant only. And this will be the New York and Los Angeles, so on and so forth. So let's just select the first row first. We can just go into the insert. There's a Sparklines group. We choose the line. And here has automatically picked that our data range will be the B3 to H3. For the location, which is locality, gonna put the sparkline. I'm gonna choose I3 and going back, hit OK. Now you have one sparkline for the row 3. Then we can drag this, or you can remove this by going to sparkline, click the clear. You can select the whole data set and then go into the insert and then choose the line. For this part, we're gonna just choose the location over here. We're going here, hit OK. So there are multiple ways you can create a sparkline. You can create one and copy the paste down, or select the whole data set and create it in one go. So here we have successfully ingested our sparkline for each of the restaurants across different cities. But the problem is that there's no marker over here. So I can hardly see which data point is the highest, which one is the lowest. In order to do so, we need to select the whole sparkline and go into contextual toolbar, enable the high point. You can see there is a red dot over the highest point of each individual sparkline, and then we hit the low point. Then we have another red dot indicating the lower point. So now for each row, I'm able to see a trend, including a marker for the lower, a marker for the high. And the problem is very obvious that I can see the pattern for one, but I can't make a comparison of these two because they're kind of similar. The highest point always reaching the top. That's because there's a design in the sparkline, which is the axis, because you are choosing the automatic for each sparkline for the minimum and also max. So we're going to toggle this to the same for all sparklines. Toggle for the max as well. Now you can see you have reset the starting point. So if it start with a lower, which is like 2000, it will be very close to the bottom of the cell. But if it's a very high number like this one, New York for Monday is 6,800 something. So it will start in between of the cell. If we zoom in, you can see that. So this one is starting higher than the Chicago one because the number is higher. Everything has been in one scale, so you can make easier comparison. The last location will have the lowest because it's very close to the bottom of the cell. So we have solved our problem by improving the sparkline visually, right? Now we're going to come to another thing is about the sales target. So this is our actual sales, and we have a target sales because your boss like to know for each of the day, for each of the restaurant in each of the city, if they have met their target. And he also provide a target ratio over, which is here. You can just paste over here. So this will be our target ratio. He also explained what is the ratio, how it's going to be working. So he is basically saying that if you have a calculate average of the Chicago sales from Monday to Sunday and then use that times ratio, that will be the particular sales target on Monday for Chicago. So let's go to write this formula. So we're going to use average. So average, which is this part, and think about a locking because we're going to move up and down rather than the left and right. So we're going to lock the column. So make sure your dollar sign is before the column rather than the row. And then we come to the average. We're going to use this times the average. This average, this number going to be moving up and down or left and right is actually going to be left and right. So we're going to go into lock the row only, which is 15. Now we have finished this part, we hit enter. We can drag this over here. Seems like the number is changing, which is fine. And also we don't like the 4 decimal or a lot of precisions. So we can get rid of that by in just a rounding, surround the whole thing, and then we put 0, so it will be an integer. We Control Enter. When we finish this part, we just double click the edge to fill it down. So now we have a target. So let's just make this bold, make this bold. So we have actual cells, we have target cells, make this smaller. And then we're going to say for each of the cell, if this number is greater than the target cell, it will say yes, met target. If it's low, if it's going to be not met target. So we're going to translate, say, and I'm going to put the question mark in the end. I'm going to copy the whole city as well. So in this way, I'm going to say if this figure is greater than this one. So if the actual cells is greater than the target cells, we're going to say, we're going to say 1, which is representing yes. Otherwise, it's going to be -1, which is no. And then Control Enter. We drag this over here and double click again. Okay, now you can see we have all the +1, -1 across the whole area, which is the met target. And we can random check one. For example, this one, Chicago has met their target on the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, which is this figure, which means it'll be higher than this one, 3852, which is greater than 3592, which is correct. Now, in this area, I'm going to ingest another sparkline, which is win-loss, to tell you for each of the city and if the restaurant had met their target. So what are we going to do? We're going to go into select the whole area, go into the insert, and there's a Sparklines group. We're going to choose the win-loss. The location will be over here. We hit back, hit OK. So how do you read the win-loss? There's actually a middle line in between. If it's going to be positive, it's going to be above the line. If it's going to be negative, it's going to be below the line. We can make this better by saying, okay, since we know that the higher point, which is good, meet the target, we're going to give it a green color. For the one below the bar, which hasn't met the target, we're going to say is a red. So the Monday, you can see there's a 7 different square, and the red one means that minus. So we have Monday minus, yes. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Thursday is minus. And the last day, which is Sunday, is minus as well. So you can quickly see how many greens for each particular store if they have matched their target. For example, this one has the highest. We can see you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 days out of 7 days met their target, which is Miami, and which is good. And some bad restaurant, they only have like say 2 days. Seattle made their target, and literally only these 2 days. So by doing this, you have transform information. This no formula or function get involved. It's very easy to maintain. You just enable the contextual toolbar, see the toggles on and off, change the color. So that's all for today. If you feel like this video helped you a lot, please hit the subscribe button and leave comments below. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one.